Welcome! In this video, we'll be talking about why your resume may not be attracting any recruiter calls. This is a common scenario. Let's say you put your resume, which you thought was perfect, on the market. You apply to a lot of jobs, but nobody is reaching out to you. Recruiters have to reach out to you first in order to start the interview process. But if nobody is reaching out, we need to find out why. By identifying the problem, we'll be able to solve the issue, and you are going to thrive in the IT job market. First, I want to start by telling a personal story that will help us understand the issue. If you don't know me yet, I love coffee and pastry shops. One time, I heard about a new dessert cafe that opened up nearby, but completely forgot the name. I knew they sold coffee and a particular shaved ice dessert, and I even knew what city it was located in. So I went on Google Maps and I searched cafes in the city, but I wasn't able to find the store. So I looked up coffee, I looked up desserts, I looked up all these different keywords to find the store, but I still had no luck. In the end, I gave up and I called my friend to ask if she remembered the store name. When she said the store name, I realized why I was not able to find this cafe on Google Maps. It was because that store did not contain any of the keywords related to dessert or cafe or coffee at all. The store name was very unique and creative. The only issue was that the name of the cafe in its description did not include any of the keywords people would commonly use to search for a dessert cafe. As a result, I was not able to easily find the store no matter how hard I tried. The lesson of the story is, if you want to market something, you need to use the right keywords. Now, since we know that keywords are critical, we'll talk more about that in a bit. Another reason your resume may not be getting recruiter calls is the way that your resume is formatted. You need to format it in a way that recruiters can find you. To fix this issue, we first need to know what an ATS is. Have you heard of an ATS? ATS stands for Applicant Tracking System. It is a software tool used by employers to manage the entire hiring process, from receiving applications to selecting candidates for interviews. So when you are filling out a job application online and then submitting it, you're actually submitting it through an applicant tracking system. ATSs are designed to streamline the recruitment process by automating tasks such as resume scanning, storing applicant data, and tracking the progress of candidates. So it's super important to know how an ATS works so that you can make sure your resume is getting past the ATS and catching the attention of recruiters and hiring managers. Here is an overview of how an ATS works. Once you submit your resume, the ATS will scan and analyze your resume using advanced algorithms to extract relevant information such as contact details, work experience, education, skills, and qualifications. Basically, the ATS is going through your resume to check how closely it matches the requirements set by the recruiter or employer. Based on the keyword matching and relevancy, the ATS filters out resumes that do not meet the criteria and passes the resumes that do. Once you pass this initial screening, then hiring managers and recruiters will be able to view your resume. Now that we understand how an ATS works, here are some tips to make sure that you are creating a resume that will pass through the ATS. To optimize your resume for ATS, please do the following. Most importantly, use relevant keywords. Like the story I mentioned earlier, when I was trying to find a dessert cafe, if it did not contain the relevant keywords, it was very difficult to find. In the same way, you want to make sure that you are using many appropriate keywords relevant to the position you are applying for. For example, if you are applying for an SSTET position, you want to make sure to include keywords related to SSTET, such as Java, Cucumber, Jira, etc. If you're applying for a cybersecurity position, make sure to include words such as information security, vulnerability management, network security, etc. One pro tip is to look up job openings for the position you are looking for. Look at the description and responsibilities and pick out the skills and tools the job requirements and position is looking for and add it to your resume. The more your resume matches the job description, the higher your chance the resume will pass through the ATS. The more your resume matches the job description, the higher the chance your resume will pass through the ATS. So now let's get back to formatting. We need to make sure that your resume is formatted properly for the ATS. You may have found a lot of conflicting information about what is the best way to format your resume. However, having worked with tech recruiters, the feedback was that they prefer a simple resume design, and it's those resumes that are formatted properly that will pass through the applicant tracking system. However, having worked with tech recruiters, the feedback was that they prefer a simple resume design, and it's those resumes that are formatted appropriately and clean that will pass the applicant tracking system. Our tip is to avoid complex formatting by including tables, excessive use of images, and special characters that can confuse the system. Some people may say that you need a pretty or unique resume to stand out. However, in the tech world, now where everything is being automated, the priority should be that it should pass through the ATS first so that your resume even has a chance to be viewed. The last tip will be to use standard section headings. Other times, we encourage you to be creative, but with an IT resume, it is best to stick with the standard resume section headings, such as work experience, skills, education, and certifications. These are the section heads that ATS is familiar with and will help you automatically categorize your information accurately. Remember, if your resume is not passing through the ATS, it will never reach the eyes of recruiters and hiring managers to even be under consideration. So please remember our tips. Make sure to include keywords, have a simple format, and clear headings for each section. Everyone, I hope you found this video helpful. I honestly believe that at least 80% of your answer to what's wrong with my resume lies in what we just talked about in this video. You need to first make sure that your resume can be seen, and this is a key a ton of IT candidates miss. If you found this video helpful, give us a like. If you have any questions, comment below and we'll be happy to answer them. Check out our other videos on similar topics and hit the subscribe button to make sure you're notified of future videos.